Well, hello and welcome to this Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones, and Vanda. Now I'm going to say this wrong again. I've got it right once today, saying it differently every time. I'll let you do it because I'm just useless.
Ralevska, that's the
There
name.
we go, yeah, just absolutely useless. I've got worse as the day's gone on. So this is our last video today, and we're going to talk about her books because books are important to you, aren't they?
Very.
Almost as important as the prints.
Yes.
And you've brought a selection in to show us the different styles you do, because you don't pick one style of things. You've done it in different ways over the years.
Yeah.
And then you've gone very posh. This is your latest? Or
That's my latest, yes.
It's not quite out yet, but it's, stunning, and how you've done all that and things as well. But I mean, where did it all start with books? I think that's kind of the question.
So my love for books.
Yeah, and your journey with books as well.
Well, I'm going to start with the love for books.
Okay.
Since I was a child.
I
always loved books, and my mum used to tell me the story. She used to say, you were really a good girl and you didn't used to have any strops until once when we went past a bookshop and you wanted a book and I didn't want to buy it for you because you already had lots of books. So I just always loved books. There's something about them when you pick a book and you turn the pages and you were expecting what's going to happen next, and it's like taking you into another world.
A certain art with books as well, isn't there?
And
sequencing and layouts and things like that.
And then, with photography, it kind of comes naturally that it's just nice to put your photographs in a book, especially when I started working on projects. It's lovely to print and put them on the wall, frame them, and they look wonderful. But when you're working on a project, you can't put the whole project on the wall. There's not enough space on the walls. And also, what you can do is have fun with sequencing, like you said, and basically create a book that would express how you feel about a place or a subject or the project that you photograph. I hardly ever now go out to take one image. And it also takes pressure off you, because when you're trying to capture one image, you're trying to capture an image that really stands out, that you could put on the wall on its own. And that doesn't happen very often. You have to be very, very patient and go to places again and again until you get the image that you're after. When you're working on a project, you're not really looking for single images. And quite often the images don't work as a single image. They only work when they're together. And when they together, they create a whole. And they can't be without each other. They complement each other. And I still believe that the only way to present them are in a book.
It's lovely. I think, yes, the books and the echoes you have as well with different things and different page layouts, and even where you put the writing is really important.
Font is important.
If it's at the top, bottom, wherever, it's kind of. I always like it at the bottom, and
font size as well.
I like a layout like this as well. It's kind of
That you can only do that with lay flat.
But you can also do it with prints, can't you?
Yes.
And you've got
that's what I would like to start
example
with.
here. So
I had this idea. It was just recently. I was clearing the cupboards, and I found this old photo album that was meant to be a wedding photo album, because many years ago, about 10 years ago or more, I was trying to get into wedding photography, and that was supposed to be one sort of showcase of a wedding album. And then I decided that it wasn't really for me. Photo album just
wouldn't recommend it.
No. So the album went into a cupboard. I forgot about it, and suddenly I discovered it recently and realized, well, it doesn't have to be a wedding album. It can be an album of my photographs, and I can do my prints on my new printer. and put together a little book for, well, it's not very little, for myself. And I was quite pleased with that. I think it's quite a nice idea to do this for yourself. The project, it's not kind of a project, but something that came out was inspired by a question that somebody asked me. I was in Bushy Park once and just walking around on a very grey day and wasn't very nice, but I still had my camera. And suddenly I hear this voice asking me, so what are you hoping for today? Sort of like couldn't believe that I could take any pictures on that day. And I just said, well, nothing in particular. I'm just glad I can walk around and enjoy being outside. And as a matter of fact, I did find something to photograph. It was some details that I really enjoyed. And when I got back home, I started thinking about it more and more, and I realized that I know what I'm looking for or hoping for every time I go out, and it's that finding that beauty in the ordinary, the extra in the ordinary. And so I went back to my archives and I called this project, What Are You Hoping For? And maybe one day it will be a book.
Yeah.
And I went to my archives and started to put pictures together.
Now, I know when I saw this morning, because you give me a sneak preview, I was very impressed, and I might even steal this idea. But,
Absolutely. This album actually came, it was like a DIY album, and it came with mounts, but as I told you before, I realized that actually mounting pictures on each double page would be too much, so I decided to use just white photo corners.
I think it looks fantastic. I mean, these are all prints on NSD Bright White.
And all on NSD Bright White, but I might reprint them.
On platinum etching.
On platinum
possibly.
etching, possibly.
But
I
mean, I don't know, it's just such a simple idea, but it works so well. And I think it's this white here with the borders, and it just... let us know in the comments, but I think I was blown away by it. But
I'm really glad it works, and to be honest with you, I think it will work with any traditional album. So you can pick up these albums, and you get the corners. I think I got them on Amazon somewhere. Yeah, they are paper corners as well. So
we do clear ones here, but these are just got that little bit of detail in, haven't they? And it's just nice. It's
I'll try to find where I got them. It's quite a while ago, but if I find it, I'll send it to you. Perhaps you can put it in the link.
Was the album from Amazon as well, or was that from?
No, the album was Jürgensen, and I looked at it recently. They are based in Australia, I think. Australia and New Zealand, but I got them at the Society of Wedding and Portrait Photographers show, and I think there is one UK distributor of them, but they don't do this size anymore.
Oh no, because it's perfect size.
They do only squares, but maybe a square would be nice as well.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other.
But there are other. I think just a normal traditional photo album will do.
You could go to wherever and get one of those.
And the idea of these is just I'm looking for connection between two images that are not really connected. So I'm looking for shapes, subjects, so in these, it might not be obvious. The connection is not obvious, but it's obvious to me. But also they are images that reflect, that answers the question, what are you hoping for? Which is the sort of the ordinary, the extra in the ordinary, the beautiful in the ordinary views on normal days, on a walking day, or just that was in a car park, for example. And you can take these pictures.
Some of the best things you find in car parks.
Yeah, a lot. Even the car parks are interesting to photograph.
I photographed the white lines. Good. Stunning pictures. It helps if the pictures are good as well. So, I mean, it's it just works. I love the layout as well.
Thank you.
I've got shots without the bird, but
I was lucky, and I was only going shopping, but I had my camera on me. So I was going food shopping. I was walking,
quick.
And God, that's quick.
Yeah, quick.
It just shows you need to have your camera on you all the time.
Yeah, definitely. It really does.
And then I decided that perhaps I can break the design with one image with the mount, because the mount works well if there is no image on the other side, and then just carry on.
Yeah, it's a nice kind of interrupt, isn't it? I think it's supposed to be called. I call it like a palette cleanser, because it's like it kind of then you go
something
back
else
in.
happens,
Something else happens, and it just goes back into these lovely pictures. Well, let's move on, because you've done quite a few actual like printed books as well, like commercially printed, should we say? Going from
that one is my
posh,
favourite.
kind of expensive little books, to big books as well.
Yeah.
That aren't as well, probably the same price. Would you think?
Oh no, these are more expensive.
These are more
They're definitely more expensive.
But well, which one was your first? Was it Scenic Detours? Was that the
Scenic Detours? That was my first self-published one. So let's talk about
this
these
one,
because these are again just for me, that I created.
We'll move on to those in a second.
And this one is basically a book printed in a moleskin notebook, and there is a company who make it, who do it. They also provide design software where you can design your book, and they print it for you. They're called Milk, Milk Books, which is a short for moments of inspiration, love and kinship. So it's mainly aimed at weddings and families, but there's no reason why you couldn't do your own books with them. And I just love the tactile. And because I love moleskin notebooks, and it is exactly what it is. And there's even a moleskin logo at the back. It's leather bound, all these sort of the details. So that the iconic rubber band that keeps it together, the round corners, the paper, even you've got the either dedication or
the lost and found.
Yeah, lost and found. there is even a pocket at the end.
Yes, yeah.
You can put.
So you can put your certificate of authenticity, or
you could do
artist
that.
statement or something.
Yeah. Another moleskin detail, and basically the feel of the book is just beautiful. But like we talked about it, that even the font, the layout is very important. You know, the flow, sequencing, the font size. You don't want the font size to be too big or too small.
Yeah, they've done great. But then,
so the next ones would be the ones that I had done by Digital.
So these are for yourself, aren't they?
These are for myself. To
bookend kind of work and have a record of.
And maybe another sort of semicolon, maybe, or just something before I self-publish a book, but something to have, to remember those moments, to keep the project alive as well, and to keep looking at it, because as we said before, as we discussed before, you don't really go to your computer and don't look at the pictures on your screen. But if you have got a book in your bookcase or a coffee table book, you will pick it up from time to time, and then you can go back in time, and all the memories are there.
Now we think this one was printed on inkjet.
I believe that is
and then
printed
bound.
on inkjet.
Looking at it, it looks like they've kind of sandwiched them together very, very well.
Because they are lay flat.
And the black is achieved in this here. You can see it hopefully on this page here, that it's
pure
so
black.
deep and so kind of pure. It's interesting how they've done it. And I think that back comes from an inkjet.
They basically print portfolio books, and even if you want wedding books and family memories, but
you can't see the signs of that digital kind of indigo printing in here as well. But they look beautiful.
Thank you.
And the pages feel nice and heavy as well,
Yes.
which makes me think that it is. Wow.
It's a bit of a luxury to have, but they do give some discounts from time to time. So
and there's nice boxes they come with, and presentations and things like that. So, but again, like you said, this is for you, so it's nice memories, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's it's lovely.
Something to pick up from time to time and go back to this beautiful city, which is Venice, or that one, Prague.
Yes.
And I am currently working on a book that I would like to self-publish about Prague, which will have some of the images that are in this book and more. But that's a classic example. The font should not be too big. This font is too big. But I did not know how big it will come out. So
well, someone said to me the other day that you should put it how you think it should look on the screen, and then you should bring it down.
Okay.
Halve it.
That's a good piece of advice.
50 kind of the size points is the word I'm looking for. Then go for 25 or 30. That's
a really good piece of advice.
I haven't tested it yet, but it's that seems about right.
Yeah.
But
See, there are mistakes perhaps I made. I would not go back and do the layout like this. You know, not too many pictures. Either 2 pictures or maximum 2 pictures on one page, but not that many.
That's the wedding photographer in you.
Yes.
Possible. That sounds horrible. I'm sorry, but
no, that's very true. I would not do that again.
I like the
sort of I believe that you need to give your images space to breathe and not to distract from them.
And you just get absorbed in each of them. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
But let's talk about some different books as well, because I mean these are fantastic. They look beautiful.
Yeah.
Coffee table, is that what they used
coffee
to
table
call
books,
them?
Yes,
that's
right.
And for yourself and things, but you've also got different projects which you've successfully kind of looked at and sold and kind of so which one do you want to talk about first?
This one is first because this one was my first one. So as I said, I was always obsessed with books, and I thought, well, perhaps I can create something that I could self-publish, and perhaps there will be other people who will be interested in having these books. And I went for this one first because I guess I already had a lot of images that I could use and put together. And I call this project the Scenic Detours. And it came up really, again, very naturally, spontaneously. My boyfriend and I really love hiking. And so over the years, we've been together now 25 years. So over the 25 years, we've done lots of walking in UK. And I always bring the camera with me. There's never time really to take proper photographs with a tripod when you sort of take your time and press the shutter and wait for the light. No, when you're walking from A to B, you have to get there. So you just capture what you see along the way.
Yeah, it's almost an arty snapshot.
Yeah,
it's kind of snapshot. Someone said to me once that snapshot's the purest form of photography, and I also argued it many times. But we'll leave that.
So, when we walk in, we see these ordinary scenes, but I just find the ordinary scenes quirky, interesting, funny.
I think we talked about it in another video about the looking at it from kind of different eyes, not from the UK eyes.
They completely taken on completely different days, years, and different places. But again, what I really enjoyed is just putting them together and sequencing them, so that the book flows and it shows the English countryside that you see when you walk. Just very English, Like I said before, quintessentially English. So that was that book. and I had it printed via Mixam.
Okay, yeah.
Because I thought that really suited the project, just a perfect bound and paper, soft cover. Soft
Mixam
cover.
do some
And
really
they-
nice options and papers.
They have,
and,
yeah.
and they're reasonable as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Reasonable price, and if you don't mind, the picture is perfect bound that you can't really open it flat. And I thought that for this project, it actually was fine. Then that's a great option. I believe that the colors came out really well. The paper, I went for matte, but it's more sort of silky. But I do like it. So definitely an option if you want to self-publish your own book. Or
And they're great. I mean, I've done black and whites with them.
Yeah.
And
they
agonised over colours and things, but in black and whites, they do a great job.
They do a really great job.
This one is the posh book with the lovely sleeves and things that you're working on at the minute, and you are releasing. It's done.
It's done, and it's been released.
Fantastic.
Yes. So yes, this is a result of over 10-year-old project, which didn't start as a project, which just started as a love for the English seaside in winter. So originally it was supposed to be just black and white and only winter by the English seaside, because I just love walking along an empty promenade, even getting wet. I don't mind getting wet, but just that atmosphere, just soaking up that atmosphere. And again, so English. But quite often I would turn up and the weather, because the English weather is so fickle, it would be sunny. And then, what do? You don't turn back and be miserable because you didn't get what you wanted. You just try to capture what you have. And I started to capture the English seaside on the sunny days or sunny mornings.
Yeah.
And suddenly it just grew arms and legs, and it turned out to be a project about the English seaside through the seasons, and capturing two different sides of it. The nostalgic side, the melancholic side, when the seaside towns go to sleep and just wait for the sunny summer days. And on the other hand, you've got those happy sunny days, the happy childhood memories, the nostalgia of the childhood memories, the memories that I wish I had, but I didn't. But I'm hoping that a lot of people could identify with those, because a lot of people here spend their childhood by the English seaside.
And I like the square for this.
So I decided for the square, that the summer, I would like it to be more like Polaroid images. So because it's sort of snapshots of the summer holidays, and I thought that format suited it best. So these are all square. And these, I wanted them to be as...
so this is the colour side.
That's the colour side.
I have to say the colours are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Did you work hard on those with the printers?
Yes, yeah.
A lot of standing on press.
Yeah, it was, there were about 4 proofs until they came out right. It's hard.
I really like it.
It is really hard.
It reminds me of colour-wise and kind of the way it's laid out as well, of Ed Ruscha in America. I don't know if you've ever seen his work. He did his 26 gas stations, and it's just 26 pictures of petrol stations, effectively. But he did other work as well in swimming pools and things, and it's this kind of colour and this kind of style and things. So it's very, that's who I immediately thought of, the colour work. Definitely. But the black and white is something a little bit different as well, isn't it?
Yes. So the colour, I call the colour Kiss Me Quick after the hat, Kiss Me Quick hat, and just, to evoke the memories of the holidays. Now, the black and white ones are mostly landscapes, because I I was thinking about typical postcards you send, but not so typical because you wouldn't send these images as postcards because they are quite dark and moody.
Atmospheric.
But very atmospheric, and that's what I love about the English seaside as well. And that's why I also called the book Wish You Were Here. So now I had these two books, two different sides, Wish You Were Here and Kiss Me Quick, and I had to put them somehow together. So there comes the slipcase, and the slipcase, well, what do I call them together? Well, Wish You Were Here and Kiss Me Quick on a Kiss Me Quick hat. And I even made the Kiss Me Quick hat because even when I went to Blackpool, I could not see any Kiss Me Quick.
Oh, really? You had to make it.
I had to make it, but I did, and I still have it, and I even bought the deck chair. So
fantastic.
It's still in the loft now. But yeah, I did not go for Mixum this time because first of all, there is the slipcase, which they don't do, and it's a little bit more complex. Also, I wanted hardcover and I wanted them sewn because I wanted them to at least open a little bit more flat. Yeah. So that's why the printer.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a really great job. I have to say. It's so neat and colour-wise so vibrant, but also the blacks as well. They've done such a good job on the blacks.
Quite rich. But everything, as we said, everything is important. You know, the sequencing. When I was doing the sequencing, I printed all the pictures, all the candidates. I printed on just a lot of photo paper because I could not spend too much money on that. And then used blue tack and put them on wardrobes, and they were living there for like 2 weeks each book and moving them around. And it's good to actually get somebody else who is not emotionally involved in it. So my boyfriend kind of helped me sometimes, you know, said, what if you move this there and this there? And so you take your time, lots of time to sequence, because first of all you want the spreads to work together, and you also want the flow to work, you know.
And they certainly do. And this is, are you selling these? Are these
yes,
these are available
they are available on my website. There is a link on my website. I'm using Big Cartel to sell them.
I'll put a link in the description, as well as Vanda's website and absolutely everything that you do, because that's, I mean, fabulous work, and these are certainly, well worth a look.
And I really enjoy the whole process.
Yeah.
From the beginning, from taking images, putting them together, to putting them into the book, and finally holding the book.
Definitely. But no, thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much for having me and giving me the opportunity to share.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic. So all you got to do is visit Vanda's website. I'll put the link in the description. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Fotospeed YouTube channel, and also sign up to our newsletter. Again, links in the descriptions. But this is our last video today, so thank you again to Vanda for coming in and spending the time today. It's been great. Well, we're going to go for lunch now. But so on that note, though, we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.